Yo, what up? Good morning, GMGM. Thursday, ooh, baby. Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. Oh, I'm so back. I got my co-host in the house, baby. Tyler Mano. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. Sorry, I'm in an Italian restaurant, so there may be a bit of background noise.
I love the dedication. That's what's up. That's my co-host. I love that. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm good. This was one of those weeks where it's like they had us in the first half. We had all this bullish news. Price action was terrible. And now we're back. Bitcoin over 110K live. We're all-time high by 4th of July. We are still alive for that.
Fireworks, baby. USA. Look at that. You'll have to see that. Woo. I woke up this morning. You know, I have to say the Euro Bulls, they've been putting in the work. Like, I wake up every fucking morning and every day the price is green in Europe, right? Man, I know you can relate. Like, in the last month, 2 months, every day I wake up, it's green. So
yeah, we've been carrying it. It's always the bad news when the US comes in.
Yep.
Or at night. Bomb someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we should be fine. Iran just said that they're not planning on retaliating on the US anytime soon, like 15 seconds ago. So we should be yeah, exactly. We should be in the clear in that sense. Anyways, today on the show, let's go over the market. Let's go over a lot of stuff. I mean, the market, definitely want to go over the market. My Farcoin bags are so back. Let me tell you that I had to delete a lot of apps when I was on vacation, just so I don't bother the price action. But we're back. We're re-downloading everything right now. Love to see that. Tyler's top 100. I'm sure Tyler's got a lot to cover on the show. A lot of stuff going and moving around in the space. And then YEET.com. Make sure you make an account. Sign up using the FOMO Hour account. We're going to do not one, not two, not three, but 4 winners today. 4. Yeah, 4 winners today. Why? Because tomorrow is July 4th, and we're not hosting because it's a holiday in America. Thank you for understanding. So, today we may as well go and hammer them all, and it's going to be fun. We got something fun planned for y'all today. So 4 people are going to win. So make sure you go to Yeeterboards, something like that. Anyways, I'm sure we're sharing everything on Degenz Live Kick as usual. And make sure you sign up.
I think you have to have done... It's being based on like a weekly leaderboard
not
or
yet.
like a shorter time.
Not yet. Not this week. Next week it will be.
Next week will be. Boom. There you go. Yeah, I'll need to be caught up to speed on that one. And then last but not least, this show, still the same sponsors. Sorry, I wasn't around for like 10 days. This show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Shout out to Pedro and the team. I was with them in Cannes at ECC for their brunch. I have to say, they were fucking everywhere. And I was like, yeah, that's my sponsor. Let's go. Anyways, also powered by Kraken Pro. Kraken Pro gives active traders exactly what they need. Deep liquidity, full customization, 350 plus trading pairs. Build your own layout with drag and drop modules and trade seamlessly across desktop or mobile. Go to pro.kraken.com and trade without trade-offs. Mendo.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, GM everyone. So feels like we're so back. There were moments. I mean, I missed the show yesterday, so maybe I didn't get to see the recovery, but when I was last doing the show, everyone was talking about investing in tokenized stocks and that it was completely over. Seems like that is now in the minority of people's thoughts. So I'm seeing like a very small altcoin season, let's put it that way. So because ETH is outperforming a little bit, you've seen a number of other altcoins like look a little bit strong. And just like a good, look at that. That's what a sideways chop that's been. But Bitcoin heading back to all-time high, looks like, or at least very, very close to it today.
Very close.
And yeah, you're starting to see some of the altcoins outperform, and that goes all the way down. So we start to see some of the meme coins do well. Some of the major L1s have done well. It's not crazy, like we're talking about like a 0.5% to a percentage point move in Bitcoin dominance, but that can be a big deal. So decent across the board. We saw in terms of macro, there was a headline today which is about is employment data. We obviously don't get that tomorrow because of 4th of July, but it looks like that came in better than expected, which has pushed back some of the rate cut hopes, I think, for July and potentially even September, although I really do think we're going to get one in September. Yeah, this has meant that our bags initially sold off on that headline, but since have kind of retraced and everything's looking good. So Bitcoin at this level, you know, you have to be cognizant that this has been a level of resistance for it for a while, at least a couple of months now. And you could arguably say that there was resistance around this sort of level all the way back in like December. So let's see. I wouldn't be rushing in to buy things today. I feel like buying altcoins on a day where Bitcoin's at resistance is probably normally how you get there in this market. So, you know, I would, I think have a bit of patience and see how today goes. Like literally 2 days ago, everyone said that altcoins were dead and the market was over. And now it's everyone buy everything at all-time highs on Bitcoin. So let's see.
Of course. That's how you do it around here. You're supposed to do that. You know?
Stuff that I like in this market, I still like, as I said, ETH. I still like some of the DeFi plays, which I've been buying. Fartcoins had a good run.
Look at that.
Small bags of some other things, but yeah, just a good period here for my bags. I'm happy with it.
Aave is another one that was everywhere at ETCC, by the way, Mendo.
Yeah,
they threw a big party last night.
I bought a bit of that syrup coin because it sold off Tyler. I actually quite like that story, so I'm now a syrup maxi as well. But
what is that? I missed the whole syrup thing. Damn.
It's linked to Maple Finance. It's basically they're just making a lot of fees at the moment. But and then Hyperliquid, obviously, I've got a little bit of that from when I bought it on that dip. So I think I'm for the first time like really pretty happy with my bags in terms of I caught the stuff that I wanted to buy on that dip when we had it, and now kind of feeling comfortable. I don't have the FOMO feeling that I think often kills people as you hit all-time high. You know, you're like, oh, I've got to own fucking Bitcoin and ride it for a 3 to 4x. I don't have that. I think I'm happy with stuff, and I'd definitely be wary at this exact moment. Let's see if we break through and we go to like 111 plus, then I'd be like, okay, we're off to the races. And, but at this exact moment, I think it's a very dangerous time to go all in.
No, you're supposed to long range high and short range low. You know, that's how you do it. You know, that's how CT does.
That's the Farouk method.
That's what you're supposed to do. I have not bought or sold a coin since Solana conference in New York. My ledger is probably dead, bro. I actually even deleted all trading apps the last 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, I was in the Ibiza, bro. When we were dipping on like the war shit, I was like, Farcoin was down to like 800 mil. I was down significant amount of money. And I was like, I'm not having that shit. This is my vacation. I planned it 6 months ago. So 1 week a year, I go to Ibiza and I get absolutely smashed. So I deleted all that.
Do we have any rules for you in that coin this time around? If it hits 1.6, are you cutting half?
No. This time, brother, this time
we're doing it again.
We're gonna do it again.
1.6 is fun.
We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again, baby. We fucking go, baby.
Time it hits there, and they go, oh, I knew I should have sold. You told me to sell it. I never sold anything.
We're gonna do it again.
2 or 3 times now.
You know why we're gonna do it again? Because there's gonna be that one time that one time where it's gonna hit it, and we're just gonna, break right through it.
Look at those lines.
Look at those
beautiful.
lines. I've had those lines set for months.
Mm.
It just you just
The point of resistance is like 1.4 ish.
Yeah, because last time it really got smacked back down hard around like 146, 1.5.
My gut has been we're gonna resolve this. Like we'll rally. We'll see another sell off.
How many handles does that cup have at this stage, Tyler?
Dude. Well, funny you ask. You know,
for a triple drink. Just
it's funny you ask because I actually just ordered this this specific cup on Amazon in honor of Farcoin. It's called a double handle, and so so it's one of those. So we call that a double cup and handle. Exactly. You just chug it. Like that. So, anyways, no, I think we're looking good here. We'll see if we break through that stuff. I mean, Mando, don't you? What do you call this pattern? Like, I'm not expert, but is that what they call in the world of TA like inverse head and shoulders? Is that something similar to that? Right over here.
At the moment, you don't know because it could just be a lower low, lower high.
Got it.
Right. That would be the dangerous thing here.
Uh-oh.
Is if we did not break the all-time high, and then everyone would be like, "Oh God."
That would be dangerous.
Which is kind of what it looked like, a few days ago, where it had that dip down to 108 area. And you're like, "Oh God, this looks like it's going to resolve." Thank you. My Bresciolo is here. I don't know at this stage. I think it's a dangerous bit to go all in.
Yeah. I'm sticking to the plan. I'm not doing shit, not buying shit, and not doing anything for a little while because I believe.
Since you've been gone, I've been trading stocks.
What?
So
are you trading X stocks? Or are you trading?
So I'm trading corporate treasury stocks. So I made a nice little swing trade on Tom Lee's BitMine stock. Hit a nice plus 170%. I'm out of that position. And then yesterday I started my DCA into SBET.
That's smart.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It popped 40%.
We're gonna get a daily price check now on SBET from Tyler.
We'll be talking my bags on the show. Don't worry.
I love it. I mean, it's up 25 points in 5 days. 25%.
I think this is a longer term DCA play. Like I don't think it's going to go like parabolic by any means. But there was a point where it was only trading down to like 20% premium to their ETH holdings. So I think it's an interesting bet on ETH going up and them acquiring more, and moving, which I still like that thesis.
And it got a KBM FUD tweet, so it's going high.
Yeah, KBM FUD'd the lows too at like $9. So you got the KBM FUD tweet. Also, like I saw a post saying like, "Yo, these two guys are gonna like talk about Ethereum, shove it down the throats of like TradFi every day on TV." And it's true. Like Tom Lee and first of all, Tom Lee's I didn't know really he was Mando because I don't come from that world, as you all know. But I did some research, and apparently this guy's on CNBC like every fucking day.
Yeah, he's when we were speaking about him, he's much better known than Joe Lubin as like a person in the TradFi world. But really, he was just very early to Bitcoin. He was very early to Bitcoin and very early to MicroStrategy.
Got it.
So he's been like the main bull for both of those stocks on CNBC kind of every single day, or Bloomberg, and he's become a bit of a face of it for retail for sure.
Yeah, so there's that, and then you have obviously Joe Lubin, who, I think is a very sound voice. Like I feel like TradFi would like someone like Joe Lubin. He's not like a, he's not like a moon boy, though. Technically, he could be because he was early Ethereum, is like has out its sense, but he's got that like that monotone style, very like professional. It comes in, So you have Tom Lee and Joe Lubin pumping Ethereum bags to TradFi, and ETC, has seemed very much less focused on like the moon boy shit and like up only and actually memes in the way and very much focused on DeFi infrastructure and institutional, etc. So while I was only there for maybe 2 days. I had to go do some work with MetaMask there. That's really the reason I was there. Shout out to MetaMask, got my card and everything too. But and I had a couple of meetings, but it seemed like people were very bullish on Ethereum in general. It was more like, ETC a little more on the dev side, right? It's less culture than that. But I think the takeaways from ETC were quite positive, right? Overall from on the timeline. So it looks like look, we're not gonna say it, but it looks like an Ethereum season could be upon us. We're not gonna say it.
I won't go that far, but I do think you could paint a pretty strong bull case for Ethereum here. Yeah. One based around just, if nothing else, institutional inflows and corporate treasury inflows. And that might be enough, right, to carry the ship here for the near future. And Robinhood, strong signal building on top of Ethereum. And then I think the piece that still no one's really talking about that much is the whole tokenized stocks composability incorporated into Ethereum DeFi. I do think that is very interesting.
Yeah. Also, like one of the biggest winners, it's Arbitrum, right? Like they were all over. Like I was staying at a hotel right by the conference, and like yesterday, like I had to go, but grab my little coffee, and there was an Arbitrum event like next to my hotel, and it was packed. It was just like no chance of getting in. I was like curious, let me pop in quickly for 2 minutes. It was like packed. So obviously, like Robinhood building an Arbitrum, kind of a signal to L2s, etc. So, anyways, we'll see. But there's a lot of bullish things to say on the Ethereum side. And what I would say Solana too, I don't know if you guys saw, but REKT shares actually did pretty well yesterday.
Yeah.
On the ETF side. So with $12 million of buys of inflows, and one of the team members got to speak to Andre Begansky, who's a ride over to Crypt Media, and he got an interview. And so it's a strong first day, right? Like we don't have the BlackRocks of this world, the Fidelities filing for Solana yet. Feels like they'll wait to see what kind of volume we're talking about to see if there's real money to be made for them there. But that was bullish. But anyways, I'm sure we'll get into that with Tyler. So let's get into your topics.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Totality on FOMO, our cause to get candy.
Yeah, folks, crypto majors very green here this morning. ETH leading the way. Bitcoin up 2.5%, 110.250. ETH up 6%, 26.20. All right. Top movers on the day were memes, though. Bonk up 16%, WIF up 15%, Farcoin up 14%. So the market's still showing kind of its hand where that money's going on green days. We saw two of the Ethereum corporate treasury stocks, SBET and BitMiner. They both rallied about 30% yesterday amidst that move in ETH. BlackRock, it came out yesterday. Their IBIT Bitcoin ETF is officially driving more revenue for them than their S&P 500 index fund. So I think it's the first time it has crossed that product in fees. So that was a big one. OpenAI clapping back against Robinhood, coming out and saying they did not partner and their OpenAI tokens do not represent equity in their company. So that was all over the timeline. We had Ripple pursuing a U.S. banking license now alongside Circle. Also, this group of tech billionaires led by Palmer Luckey and Peter Thiel are going to launch this digital bank SVB style. It's called Erebor. And they're looking at crypto AI defense and manufacturing startups. So that was a big one. Let's see. We had Standard Chartered, their analysts coming out and reaffirming their Bitcoin targets for Q3, 135K, Q4, 200K. So Standard Chartered is quite bullish. And you mentioned the Solana staking ETF. It launched yesterday, 33 million volume, 12 million in net inflows. Solid start. In other corporate treasury news, Adentax Group announced a plan to acquire 12,000 Bitcoin from independent holders. That's 1.3 billion. And then Bit Digital, the latest to draw up an ETH corporate treasury. They're raising 163 million for that. In token airdrop and protocol news, some decent sized headlines here. So Coinbase acquired Liquify. It's a token management platform for early stage builders. So they're going to get into that token launch sector as well. Blur apparently announced its season 4 airdrop in Discord only overnight. And it is peanuts for most users. So sorry for folks who are expecting more. Jupiter introduced Jupiter Studio as its newest token launchpad, creator fees, customization, token investing, and more. And then Kaido founder Yuhu teased a Q2 recap coming soon, along with his Q3 outlook, which confirmed they will be dropping that capital launchpad soon. So that's going to be a product to look out for. Rounding this out, AI and crypto, the AI market cap up about 8%, 10 billion or so. Project 89 was the top mover, up 120%. Memes, very green, kind of already went there. Most of them up about 8 to 15%. Bonk, Pingu, Fartcoin leading the way. The useless token continues to rally, and now all of the other Bonk guy coins. We'll have to pull up the Bonk guy list. There's some big movement on that board. Mudang also saw a huge candle, up 30%. I think it got like an upbit listing. So that was that was a notable move. And then Pudgy Penguin, shout out to my favorite NFT collection. Shared a list of their Q2 accomplishments. And it was quite the laundry list. Filing for their ETF, partnerships with NASCAR, Lufthansa, first kids book, launch of the Pingu Clash game, and a lot more. And that's on back of their Pingu token.
Wow.
Top mover in the 7-day. So starting to see some momentum in the Pudgy eco right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like when it comes to NFTs, like besides Pudgy and like obviously REKT, but REKT is mostly like the beverage. If you know, you have the NFT, but I feel like most people have the coin and the beverage. Like they don't participate in the NFT as much as they participate in the rest. I feel like it's only Penguins got something going on for them. Like I don't know.
It's a little more quiet these days. I mean,
right?
The big products are all doing something. Bored Ape, Suzuki launched their new anime studio.
That's true, yeah.
Pudgy, Doodle's still kind of kicking things around, but beyond that, it's a little more quiet.
Yeah, actually, the MetaMask activation was partnership with Doodles at ECC. But anyways, all right. So Tyler, where do we even start here?
Yeah, there's a lot of directions we can go. The OpenAI was an interesting one. I think this is very relevant just because of how tokenized stocks have been one of the big talks of the town here this week. I'll send you the tweet if you don't have it.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it pulled up in 2 seconds. There you go.
These OpenAI tokens, not OpenAI equity. We did not partner with Robinhood. We're not involved in this and do not endorse it. And then any transfer of OpenAI equity requires our approval. So this was interesting. So I think for a few different reasons. For one, I think anyone who looked at this in detail, like knew that it was not exactly like if you're buying OpenAI X tokens on Robinhood, you weren't getting direct equity. You were getting some form of a mirror token. There was only a handful of ways that you were ever going to be able to redeem it, basically at liquidity events. But I still think it was fairly stark to see this kind of response. I think it's kind of a bad look for Robinhood to have made OpenAI such like a prime example during their launch event. You know, without I guess having at least had some kind of a conversation with them, they could have looked at others, private stocks, right? Maybe not gotten this kind of a pushback. Overall, I don't think it changes anything. I think this is going to be this specific sector of tokenized stocks. Tokenized private market stocks, I think, is going to be a riskier one. I think one that is going to have a big learning curve for just like your casual crypto native trader who isn't as familiar with these markets, right? Like this is not your standard stock. These things do have restrictions. And I think it's an area that you're going to want to learn more about, I think, before just diving in head first and buying SpaceX and OpenAI without knowing some of the fine print. So it's an interesting product, but I think very early stages and some hurdles to work through. But I think the reality is I still think these private markets are coming on chain.
Yeah. And
on Robinhood, I think we'll see them in other providers as well. I don't think it can be stopped. I mean, I guess the question is if some of these private companies are going to get like legal involved and try to delay it or shut it down. So maybe you'll have a few exceptions, but I still think the broader wave is coming on chain.
So did you guys talk about this already on the show?
Like tokenized stocks?
Yeah.
A bit, but I think we could talk about it more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious what you guys really think. Like I saw the OpenAI tweet, and then I don't know if you guys saw what Elon's reply. Elon's reply went quite viral. Your equity is fake. And I'm actually curious what the Robinhood guy answered in the end. Like what did Vlad Tenev in the?
Yeah, he didn't
I didn't
say.
see his response.
There it is.
At our crypto event, we announced a limited stock token giveaway on OpenAI SpaceX to eligible European customers. While it is true that they aren't technically equity, you can see the precise dynamics in our terms and for those interested. The tokens effectively give retail investors exposure to the private assets. Our giveaway plans a seed for something much bigger, and since our announcement, we've been hearing from many private companies that are eager to join us in the tokenized revolution. Thank you. So seems quite on phase, right? I think Tom Schmidt from Dragonfly also put a post out around this stuff. Said, not sure why anyone thought any differently. These Robinhood docs are pretty clear that you're buying a derivative that is not redeemable for equity, for underlying and not back 101. You're just buying an OpenAI forward that Robinhood can redeem on your behalf at any point. So it's all in there. I mean, personally, I never assumed that, oh, I'm a stock buyer, like the second this happens. But I think, how does that differ from what Kraken and Jupiter and Radium and Republic and all those are doing? Because I think they're quite different, right?
I think X stocks are actively traded stocks that are not on the public markets. So I think that's one key difference.
Yeah.
My understanding was they're still fairly the same. They're still like mirror tokens to a degree. It's like the stocks are held somewhere, but you aren't taking custody of them. Like you are effectively trading like a different version of it. And when Vlad went through his demo on the product launch day for their stock product, he basically said like they are going to have stocks held in this like custody database. They're going to mint tokens. You will be trading the tokens that correspond to the stocks that are held in this database, but you won't actually hold them until phase 1, until phase 3, which is where they're going to put this all on chain. And this is where the composability aspect comes, where you can actually take these, put them in Aave, take loans out against them,
Have you guys tried just for fun, like even buying one?
I have not bought any X stocks yet.
Gold, Pepsi, Marvel, Comcast, Robinhood. There's a lot. Like, I don't know. I thought this was really cool. Like, I know some people may be like fighting or something. I don't know.
I think it's very cool. I think it gives us more use cases on chain. There's a wider group of people now who has access to these. I think there's a longer discussion about like what does it mean for like crypto alts, for meme coins. Like now the stocks are an alternative. Are less people going to buy Fartcoin? Are less people going to buy Jito, Radium, if they can buy Pepsi? I think the jury is still out on that to a degree.
Hey, what do you guys think? Like, let's talk about this, right? Because the first thought for some is like, oh, altcoins and memes are fucking dead because of that. Blah, blah, blah. You can now buy like the S&P 500, stocks. Like, what do you guys think about this? Like, I don't think so. I think there's always going to be like memes are never going to die. Like, they're always going to outperform. Like, there's always this useless one that comes out of nowhere, right? What do you guys think about this?
Yeah.
And Nando, you come from that world, right? Like, what's your thoughts?
I think it's a big deal, but maybe it won't see the same sort of traction as we think it will early doors. I think it's just we're seeing the beginnings of this now. So like, it's bullish. I don't think you're going to see like trillions of volume in this sort of stuff just yet. It feels as though the actual innovative thing is this private market trading stuff. Like just trading stocks. There are a lot of places to trade stocks. There aren't that many. There's almost none to trade big pre-IPO stocks. There's been some platforms to do it, but it feels like crypto could be a place to actually do that. So I'm glad that Robinhood took that on the chin and we're just like, no, I don't care. We're going to continue to try and do this. Like they may have been under pressure to like walk back some of what they said, or like we're going to relook at this, all this sort of stuff. So, because I think there could be a fight from some of the companies themselves here, right? Like if you are, for example, Stripe, right? Stripe is pre-IPO, Openai pre-IPO. Companies often want to protect their valuations before they go public. You know, I think about these are stocks which are doing very, very well. But think about WeWork pre-IPO. Okay, imagine if you could have traded WeWork pre-IPO, and they're trying to pitch the IPO at a few $1 billion, you know, $10 billion, and it's trading on some crypto platform at like 500 million, and it probably can ruin a story there. So I actually think there's going to be quite a lot of pushback from a lot of companies about this, about let's say transparency in where their company is valued. But I don't think that's an issue. I think it's good, and I think it will create more efficient IPO markets potentially because of it. So I think there's innovation here. I'm glad that they stuck to their guns, and I think I'd be very interested to see what other companies kind of come to this platform in the coming days or coming weeks, and you know, you'll probably see quite a lot of supply from some of the biggest crypto VCs. You know, A16Z could put like a ton of their portfolio on there, right? As could a host of other people like Dragonfly, right? Like a host of big crypto VCs who come in and say, we're going to try this out for some of our non-crypto broader tech pre-IPO plays. So
is a secondary effect a boom in VC spending if they're able to unlock this new liquidity stream, selling some of their private market holdings on this new secondary market? Of course, I'm not saying it's going to be next quarter,
but I think there's a reason why. And to be fair, Tom Schmidt is the lead investor in YEET, so love you, Tom. But there's a reason why he's probably defending this, because this is probably great for them. They're all sitting there going like, this is an opportunity for us, right? So yeah, it's if I was sitting at A16Z right now, I'd be thinking this is going to be great. We get to sell some of our bags pre-IPO, unlock money for our LPs.
I think there's more positives than negatives for sure. I think on the public stock front, it is an interesting alternative. So I mean, I think there's a camp of folks who think Robinhood stock is going to outperform Bitcoin for the rest of this year. Maybe not consensus, but I'd say there's probably if you ran that poll, I'd say at least 30% would take Hood. And now you can make that bet on chain, right? And maybe it's not Hood versus Bitcoin.
Can you do size in these right now? Like,
I think liquidity is coming. Like I've already seen folks who are starting to like LP these things, so they're LPing stocks on Jupiter, which is an interesting new way to earn yield as well. Like the fees are worse. Like you're getting a better price with lower fees going through like your stock app than you are buying on Jupiter. Like that's I think that's undeniable, at least right now. I think we could expect that to come down over time. Now, I don't think your person who's buying stock coin or useless and is hoping for a 20 to 50x return, I don't think they're going to go to the stock market on something.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I saw, right? It was like, I think it was Wiz. I forgot. It was the day after. It was like, the people are buying stocks, don't care to buy them on chain. I'm paraphrasing because Wiz doesn't say it like that. He was a little more intense. And then he was saying the Degenz who are buying memes and stuff, they're not going to just go to the stocks.
Maybe, but like we've already seen, there's people who have made millions off useless coin in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to park it in something safer, like S&P or Tesla, Nvidia, Robinhood. I don't, name your bigger stock play of the quarter. So I think I see that use case, right? And maybe, and I was saying this the other day, I do think, does it take a little bit away from your higher value memes? It's like if you're betting on Doge.
Yeah, Doge is that fucking
Pepe, shit, like because you think there's going to be a meme cycle, but you're not really sure. and you're hoping for like a 2 to 3x. Like now, there's probably some alternatives out there
Yeah.
to that. So
I told Tyler he's just such a Pepe hater, man. He's such a Pepe hater. Like every other
I
show.
still have a bag with Pepe.
Pepe looks expensive here at a few $1 billion. What
My
did they
Pepe's
do?
underperformed a lot.
Altcoin looks
compared
cheap. Pepe looks expensive. That's Tyler's thesis.
I need
We can-
ETH
we
to
can-
run. I need you guys to finally run ETH up so Pepe can like my Pepe is my best on the most out of all of them. Like Mog
How
is doing
are
well.
yeah,
Mog
how
is
are the
cooking.
ETH memes?
Like Mog is always top gainer, one of the top gainers. REKT is obviously doing really well. Farcoin's okay. Pepe's been Pepe's had a rough couple months, I feel.
Could have just done ETH.
What? ETH? Yeah. But ETH too, like every time it goes to 2,600, we're here saying $3,000. Shit goes back to fucking. I feel like ETH has been pegged to 2,600 for the last. Actually, it has been sideways since. Let me tell you guys. Today's price is the price it was 53 days ago. So we'll see. We'll get there. You gotta believe. Joe Lubin, Tom Lee. Hell yeah. You know, I believe in them.
I actually think
Anyway.
there's more belief in the ETH community than there has been for a long time.
No, I agree.
Long time right now.
This is the strongest the community has felt since a long time. I don't know since when. Since 2021.
Probably the merge.
The merge, but also since the ETF announcements, like ETTF, that was a lot of positive momentum when it ran back to 4K before it dumped again. Remember? Like that was like the inflows were good. I think since then, I just wish they would show a little more love to NFTs. I saw Sergito share something from the foundation the other day. I think you commented on it, Mando, or you retweeted it or some shit.
I
That's how
retweeted
saw
it, yeah.
And my
Because-
comment was like, there's not a single mention of NFTs.
There's not much
like,
left.
well, there's still some good use cases. Like Ethereum Foundation could use like, you know, could use that. Anyways, Zoran is tweeting that the Bulls are in grave danger.
Zoran, the New York mayor, or which one?
The other Zoran. That's Zoran at
Oh,
home.
okay.
Yeah.
Zoran at home.
Not the other, not the New York mayor, Zoran.
Wow, he really looks like Trump's son in that photo, doesn't he?
He does, he does give Don Jr.
He gets
That's
Don
true.
Jr. vibes in that.
Yo, that is very true. Apparently, we're in grave danger. I mean, it's I would love to break out of that, that part here, guys. Wouldn't it be nice if we finally broke out?
Yes.
Yeah, like just break out, man. Like just fucking.
I still think it's coming soon. I don't know if we're gonna get it this holiday weekend. Of course, I want the fireworks on the 4th of July, but it does feel like it's gonna happen in July. Maybe it's in a couple weeks.
If you're a true American, and it's the first 4th of July since Donald Trump is president again, you're max bidding Fartcoin. Like if you're a true American, like a fireworks, you buy every coin, you shill every coin. And I think 4th of July all time high would be poetic. Like if you want crypto to be Team USA, I think that's what you should want. Anyways, we do have a little time. What else you got, Tyler? Was there anything else that?
Yeah, we can go down the risk curve a little bit. A couple interesting things happening in memes. So I mentioned Jupiter's launching their new launch pad. I mean, now there's like we're on track for one launch pad per active trader on Solana. So that's gonna continue. But more interestingly, the Let's Bonk launch pad flipped pump fund and volume yesterday. I think for the first time.
Whoa.
They were like neck and neck at 100 million. It does. I've been monitoring like the Solana meme board every day. Volumes are down. Like now, like the top movers on a given day are typically in like the $10 million range. And for a while, like that number was like 20 to 50. So I think volumes are certainly trending down. The main story is Bonai. And like I was talking with Logan yesterday, like, is there a meta right now? And we kind of said there is no meta right now. We're kind of in between metas. But if you had to pinpoint a meta in memes right now, it would be Bonkai meta.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you share. Just quickly while I share what's Tyler just sent me. Oh, there it is. Just quickly, the code today. Forgot to give it the top of the show. Sorry, guys. The code is FOMO. FOMO. It's gonna be 4 winners. 4 winners. 4 winners. 4 people are gonna come on stage and play some Plinko with the lads and make some fucking money. So YEET.com, make an account, use the FOMO hour code to log in, place a bet, make sure your profile is public. And we're going to pick 4 people today to win some money. FOMO, FOMO is cool. But anyways, back to you, Tyler.
Filter this by market cap and we'll get a sense for the size. So one thing, Bonk is starting to outperform on the large cap meme space. And I've seen folks kind of coming out and saying, yeah, this thing looks good. Curling, kind of moving up off the bottom there. I would agree. This looks pretty good if you think we're going to have another big meme season. He's also behind Fartcoin, which has done well. But the big story still is Useless. Useless has gone a month now with like 5. If you look at the daily view, there's like 5 red days in the month. So not only it is just up only.
What the fuck?
People have made a lot, and now people are starting to rotate to the other Bonkai coins, seeing if they can replicate it. Hozico printed 50% yesterday. The Bongo Cat printed 40%. And both of those are kind of hanging out near all-time highs now. So
that's insane.
We'll see if it has legs. I mean, the Bonk guy list is an interesting one because like there's a lot of overlap. Like Popcat, I wouldn't necessarily call like a true Bonk guy coin. Like same with Fartcoin. But they're on the list.
There's a lot of cats in there, eh? Hostico, Bongo, cat, and cat. Yeah, he likes cat. Cats and squirrels.
Yeah, I forgot Peanut was on his list. Yeah, I'm gonna fade Peanut. I'm not.
I did put a higher low, I guess.
Oh, I forgot Peanut had that crazy rally a month ago, or maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah, we traded that.
Yeah, that was a good trade.
We gave the trade on here too.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I don't know what's going to happen with Useless. Now it's also catching the narrative of it's the number one token on the Let's Bonk platform. So they're saying like, oh, let's go out and match the number one token on Pump Fun, which is Fartcoin. I don't know. It's hard to fade this thing. I mean, eventually we're going to see a pullback. I would imagine. I mean, nothing really goes up only, but it's been very strong. Hard to argue with that. So that's it in memes, really. I mean, Pingu has been another one. If you filter all the top coins on like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko on the 7-day, Pingu's number 1 by a wide margin right now. It's up 70%, up very nicely off the bottom.
Wow, this is nice. This looks really good.
It's a nice looking chart.
If the market doesn't rally here, because it's at that point here, like you don't long it today, right? You're here. The market doesn't rally today, probably goes a little bit off before it goes up, but.
Tons of momentum, tons going on in the ecosystem. They got another game coming down the pipeline that they're going to release.
Really?
And I do think there is now, like, if you want to bet on Luca and the Pudgy Penguin team, how are you going to do it? Are you going to buy the NFTs or are you going to buy the token?
Probably the token.
Probably the token. So I do think there's a world where the token soars, and I'm not sure that it carries the NFTs along with it.
How are the NFTs doing? Let's see. OpenSea.
Kind of chopping right around 9.7.
They've been that for like a year, right? Like more. I don't even know what NFTs. It's just not.
Yeah, 9.57 roughly. It's like the 6th one.
9.6. Punk's at 38 again.
Yeah, it's been quiet up there. Like Punks really have not caught much action.
Yeah, I mean they're getting schooled right now, and the spread is not.
What is the spread? I haven't even been checking. That's when you know.
We're at 1098.
Right,
and
we're only down 7%. It's not terrible.
102. So Punk's getting beat again by Bitcoin, but they were beating Bitcoin for a long time.
Yeah, you're up 12-15% at one point.
Yeah.
And the board's still thin. It's actually starting to see some nicer stuff on there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, scroll up a little bit. Yeah. All right. I've got my eyes on one of these. All right. Good to know it's for sale.
I like this one.
Yeah, that's a nice one. If anyone's got a quick 100x that I could hit, so I could get my second forever.
Yeah, dude. If only we bought useless, right?
I know, like I'm kicking myself because I show up to
we were there
every day. I see this. I saw Bonai doing it, and I just totally whiffed on that.
We're here every day. We're here every day. We talk to the guy. Like the guy's a homie. I was talking to him about something else. Forgot what it was. Like he even commented on my shit. He's like, "Yo, didn't I show you useless not long ago?" And I was like, "Fuck." Him and I were talking about some trade. I forgot what it was. I think it was peanut or something. Because when I was in the peanut trade, I bought a fucking lot of peanut. And then I was like, yo, how much you believe in this thing? I was like, I'm in. I'm like, okay, cool. I just had to check. I get a temp check on his peanut trade real quick. But yeah. Anyways.
The layups. Quick story. I think we have to quickly cover this. Blur airdrop season 4. So if you traded NFTs on Blur in the last year, you have an airdrop waiting for you. You might be able to buy lunch with it, maybe a coffee. We'll see. I haven't checked mine. Folks on crypto Twitter may not have even known unless they're following Cyrus, because the Blur account didn't even tweet this out.
Bro, that's crazy, by the way.
It was just in their Discord.
Damn. Like Blur, is Blur just done? Is this the whole Blur and blasting finished? I'm asking. I'm not.
I don't think Blast is done.
What's going on in Blast?
As I understand it, Pac-Man's still working on the app.
Okay.
Still iterating on that. Blur feels like it's done to me. I feel like they had this big roadmap. If folks remember, they had that mind map and all the things they were going to do.
It was crazy, bro.
They had complete control over the NFT marketplace space.
Bro, they had control over everything. Everyone was like kissing this dude's ass like crazy.
And they just stopped iterating.
I don't know. If you listen to FOMO day one, I called this whole thing fucking bullshit since the day it launched. So, I don't know. I just didn't see it, brother. I remember when Ovi sent 1,000 ETH to the bridge, and I used to mock him all the time on the show. It was before you used to kind of like mingle with us and we were friends and stuff, but like, I literally felt like this whole thing was a house of cards ready to fall. The whole thing from day zero, like the whole fucking thing. And I don't know. I mean, by the way, if you faded and you actually farmed it, you probably cooked it first. But over time, it was nothing. We did good on when Blur launched. I was LPing and made a quick little trade on the Blur token because Paradigm, right? Quick little pump day one always. But ever since, it's been nothing since. So, oh well, that sucks.
I mean, I think the lesson is just like if you want to attract mercenary capital,
that's the thing. Expect mercenary.
Leave.
Well, yeah, if you're attracting, exactly. It's not, nobody's in this for long term, right? It's just mercenaries are here to trade until the next thing, and then it won't stay. So, anyways, let's get to our giveaways because I do have a hard stop in 7 minutes. Let's pick 4 winners. In the meantime, I will pull up YEET and go on the Plinko. So 4 people. 4 people right now are going to win some money. All right, Simothy. Tom Lee. It's $100 stock. Jesus.
We can also we'll be looking at the chat as well. So that is Ways of Wang. I mean, make sure I don't have Ways of Wang on here. Nope, we're good. Number 1.
All right.
Ways of Wang. Let me just note this down. Copy it.
No way, Ways of Wang. He is like a proper listener.
Yeah, I recognize the name.
Yeah. He's like, Ways of Wang. Proper Myriad user too. I'm pretty sure. All right. Whenever you're done, I'm gonna call out all the names so they come on stage again.
Yep.
Delika Max, Ways of Wang. Forgot the other one. All right. Let's away some money.
So good on that.
Okay, so do you have all their? It's on based on Kick usernames, not X usernames.
Yes, that's the only issue. So we can do it through Kick Chat, but we're doing Plinko anyway, so we're gonna drop.
Yeah, no, I know.
It doesn't matter, but it'll change from next week.
So if you're on, oh, there's a fourth one. Okay.
And then the fourth and final one. 21 each. We'll check that. And we're good.
All right. So we had Ways of Wang, Delika Max, Bat Habit, and then Rub 2187. If you guys are on X, you can come up on stage. You don't have to. But then it's going to go back to Twitter usernames next week, right? You said?
We've been decisive. We're working on some stuff on the
layout and how we do
things, but it'd be nice to get people up. It just makes it a bit difficult. But yeah, for now, those four, weey've got them names. We can go ahead.
And they're Kick followers, right? We made sure that they follow us on Kick.
Yep, they can't enter without it.
Good. Okay, good. As they should. You don't follow us on Kick, you don't win some money. No money, no honey. You know, because we gave you guys some money, so we got to get some streamers for that. All right, so here's what we're going to do today. Congratulations to the 4 winners. You each won $500 already, so there's $2,000 given away. So no matter what happens today, you walk away with $500 per person. Now, here's what we're going to do. Here, take a screenshot of the amount here, 2803 sims. For you, here you go. So boom.
2803.07. Perfect.
Yeah, I sent a screenshot in case. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, so we're going to go to turbo mode, auto bet. We're going to do 20 light speed. So we're going to do 20 bets of $100. And then you 4 are going to split in 4 the winnings. So it's instead of going 1 by 1, we're going to split in 4. So everybody already made $500. But then whatever is won here, you're going to split in between all of you. So there you go. So we're going to do $2,000 Plinko. So is this
turn turbo off? If it's only 20 balls, turn turbo off.
Okay, turbo's off. So it's 100, 16 rows.
Yep.
20 bets. Cool.
Volatility. Look at volatility. Can you go any higher than that? On volatility? No, we're at the highest. Perfect. I think that's good to me.
I like it. All right. Let's go.
All right. Big money. Come on.
It's whatever it's 80307 plus whatever it ends in. All right, let's go. This is the 20. Oh, come on. Go to the right, go to the left.
Left.
Oh, that's good. That's good, though.
Good finish there.
803, 3183 minus 803. So they made about $2,300 dollars. So $595 each plus the 500. So every single person just walked away with about $1,100 each, if my math is right. Wow. Love to see that. Well, congratulations to 4 winners. So we just gave away $4,000 on the show today. I love that. So we won't be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to everybody. With that, we'll see you on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.